Hey, hello everyone. Hello, hello. Let me go ahead and turn these chats off. Hey. So today is Thursday. Happy Thursday, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great day. Back again with another influencer highlight. Just to introduce myself briefly for those that don't know who I am, my name is Majesty Gale. I'm an Atlanta-based real estate developer. I build everything from multifamily, like apartment complexes, to houses and commercial projects as well. I've even done modular construction, mostly with container homes. So I'm just, heavy into real estate. I love real estate. And this channel is all about real estate. So um, today I usually do a segment on influencers that are kind of up and coming or buzzing. And today I'm doing something a little different though. I want to do one about my mentor. He doesn't need any promotion from me at all. He has a huge brand, and you'll probably know who he is. But I wanted to talk about it from my point of view because I've had the chance to kind of work with him directly. I think that there's a lot of misconceptions about him. But this person's name is Grant Cardone. And I'm sure just based on his massive marketing and branding efforts and just he's been everywhere lately that you know who he is, but a lot of people don't really know who he is, and I hear a lot of like sideways and negative talk about him, but the man, anyway, I'll get into it deeper. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. That's all I have to say. He's a great guy, and I think that's evidenced by what he's been able to accomplish. But I'll talk about it from my point of view. I learned a lot from him. I've been a student of his, has to be 7 years plus. I've had the opportunity to work with him directly. His content actually sparked like the shift that I needed, like in my career, my personal career. And I'll go, deeper into, how that worked or what that looked like. But and like I said, this isn't about like, oh, being a fan or anything like that. This is just more about giving truthful information about him because I hear so much crazy things about him, and not to say that he isn't kind of wild, but at the end of the day he has good intentions and he gets a lot of good things done. And he definitely did a lot to change my life and my career. As you can see, I have on my cash flow hat that he gave to me personally, and then I also have this my 10x backpack. I still use it to this day. I've had it 6, 7 years as well. This might be one of the best backpacks I ever had. But anyway, so how did he change my career? Um, I've done some like testimonies for him before that he uses in his programs, but I'll be able to go in a little bit more depth here. He changed my life specifically. Well, tell you where I was at. I was stuck kind of flipping houses and doing small projects. That was kind of where I was at. I worked my way up to that, so I was proud of that. But that is where I was at. That was kind of my ceiling. My mindset was like maybe I can flip like 30 houses, like just keep increasing the amount of houses I could flip, as opposed to like thinking bigger. That's the biggest thing that I got from Grant. Is like big think. Like it's very hard to think small around Grant, and then he challenges you as well in terms of your thinking, kind of like why are you even wasting your time with something small? And it's like, and he really makes you think. It's like I don't know. Like it kind of exposes that there's something more internal that's stopping you from scaling. That's one thing he's all about is scale. So that's where he helped me change my career. He's the one that actually pushed me to go into the multifamily space. And just seeing his success, I'm like, and also it's like, okay, if he can do it, I guess I can do it. Like, why wouldn't I be able to do it? He bleeds just like I bleed. So that's one thing that I would say he helped me the most is with like confidence. Also, like money, like the idea around money, and like what, like how much is enough or what's too much and things like that. He definitely changed my mindset when it came to money and made me realize like some of the numbers we talk about, they're just not as big as we like. Even okay, $1 million. He's like $1 million, that's chump change, and I'm just like, wow, like like to me that just seems like so much money. But for Grant, he's like, man, you're one like emergency away from being broke. And then when you really think about it, it's like, man, you're right. I guess you're right. If you have a serious health condition, you have to pay for it, or one of your family members does. $1 million is not gonna take care of a lot. Like you buy a house, you buy a car, and you pay for a few things. $1 million is gone. So it's true. So he really helped me think about like money as well, and really like how much you need to have a big impact if you want to have a big impact. A lot of people try to have a big impact without any money, and not to say it can't be done, because you got people like Mother Teresa, but she was bankrolled as well. So that's something to consider. It's like it wasn't her money, but they definitely used money, and you know
You adjust again on the processor.
that's, yeah, you what you got, you what you got.
So it's four of them. It's for Push Ministry Incorporated,
Yeah.
GLC Push, EO, 1C, and then the sign, adjust again.
Gotcha.
All right?
Do you need me to sign something?
No, that's it.
I appreciate it. Sorry, y'all. Real talk. Just had a package come, but I had to get it. But anyway, so yeah. Anyway, so Grant really, really, definitely, helped me think bigger, and also, so the ways that I've been able to work with Grant directly, I was coached by Grant. I've been able to be coached by Grant one on one, and that's very, very special. And this happened. Grant's a billionaire at this point, so anytime that he's able to share with someone or myself, I'm really appreciative for it, and he does these things without charging me as well. So that's to be clear. Like Grant hasn't. I've paid for his services before. I've been to his growth con. I've been to some events he had at his office in Miami. I bought his books. Obviously, I got this book bag. I've supported him, but he's definitely put way more into me than I've put into him. So he's a very giving person in that way. It doesn't seem like it seems like he's always like, give me money, give me money. But I will say this, that he definitely puts it out more than like, I won't say more, but I'm sure he's taking in more than he's putting out. But you get what I'm saying. Like he doesn't take a lot from people, in that way. He doesn't, I promise. So, I also was on his show, The Real Estate King in Atlanta. It was a show where basically it's like Apprentice almost, kind of like that. You get a bunch of people together in an industry. Specifically, this one was real estate, obviously. So you have the you go and look. He went and looked at different real estate deals that we all had, and basically the best real estate deal he was supposed to he was gonna like invest in, a partner on, or whatever. And I don't know whether it's still like in production, or he's still shopping the show. So I don't know what's gonna happen with it, but we recorded it, and it took several days, and I was able to spend that time with Grant as well. And it was very eye opening. I learned a lot from him. He brought his daughter with him. It was pretty cool to meet his daughter. I brought him to my property. He toured it. He told me basically like he didn't like the property or the area. He's not into like urban developments. But either way though, he still gave me a lot of good information. We spent several days together. And I learned a lot from him, man. Just being around somebody that's doing those types of numbers, and scaling at that level. It definitely it left a mark on me. It did. So I wasn't the same after spending that time with him. So yeah, he also went and toured my off grid. I built an off grid container home that was self-sustaining. Unfortunately, it's still like an R&D, I guess, but it didn't take off at the time. I guess it's a little too expensive, but it's more of like an off-grid, container home thing. And he was one of the first people to tour it. He thought it was really cool. So that was it was a cool experience or whatever. I've also been to his office, like I said. He has some events there and different things like that. It's cool to see like his offices. They're really nice, and then also like his staff. The staff, you can tell a lot about a person that runs a company or owns a company or whatever by like their staff. His staff, man, they go hard, man. You know, they go very hard. I think anybody that has worked with someone from his staff would agree that they go hard. They always have positive energy. They're always looking for solutions and, you know, overcoming different challenges and objections and what have you. So it was cool to be out there as well. But he's shown me a lot of love just as a person in ways that he didn't have to. So you know, I appreciate that. I think that's pretty cool, and it's definitely been something that has inspired me. But here's the main reasons that I'm proud to say that Grant is my mentor. In business, in business, I've watched him myself scale from nine figures to over a billion in net worth. So you know, he practices what he preaches. Like he drives all this stuff home, all the sales and negotiations and these tactics and multifamily and the way he does it. Like I'm watching him do it, and it's very inspiring because a lot of people that are teaching and doing courses, they're kind of staying in the same place, and if they are doing better, it's because of the courses. Like he doesn't have to sell a course. Like I promise you, whatever he's selling, he doesn't have to sell it. Like he's doing it just because he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart. He makes all of his money from the real estate deals and the business deals, like the ventures and the stuff like that, from big deals. Like his deals are 100 million plus. Like he's not worried about $1,000 ticket. I mean, I'm not saying he's not worried about it because he's doing it, but it doesn't make or break him. So I've watched him go up to a billion in net worth and over a billion in net worth, and that's pretty cool. I think he'll get to over 10 billion with this next move that he's doing, kind of combining the crypto with the real estate. I'm It's an interesting play, very unique. When he takes that to market, then he'll jump over to 10 billion. So I'm the first to say it. Grant Cardone will be over 10 billion whenever he does that deal. Also generosity. So like I said, he's given me so much. Like he's given me a lot, like from his time, to resources, to access, to knowledge, to he's just given me a lot. Like outside of the books that I bought, I might have spent, I don't know, his books maybe 25, $30. The backpack 60, something like that. Went to his event. I'm on the Cardone University, stuff like that. It's minor compared to what he has poured into me. So I appreciate that, and I definitely look to reciprocate that by continuing to work with him and pour into what he's doing as well. Health as well. Okay, he's the most healthy, one of the most healthy 60 plus year olds I know. I hope to look that way and to be that active when I'm 60 plus. So that alone is impressive to me because most of the people 60 plus that I know, they're on the decline as far as health, and that man is he still can run with the best of them. So I think that's pretty impressive. Family wise, he's very committed to his daughters. He's a great father. I have six kids, so that means a lot to me. I have three daughters. He has two. So I get the whole fatherhood thing, and so we really align there. And I see how he raises them to be queens, if you will, of his empire. And that's very, very respectful, and it's something that I want to stay aligned with. Also, his marriage, he has a great marriage with his wife. They're real partners, like they have a real empire, and he's the emperor and she's the empress, and it's that's how it's supposed to be, So it's great to see them doing their thing, and kind of showing what the power of marriage is, because you hear a lot of people, oh, don't get married, don't. It's like, man, that's stupid. Like, don't get married to the wrong person. But getting married is a great like institution, and it's a power move, and there's a reason that it's done, especially at the higher levels. And they just exemplify a good partnership, a good union, and I think that's like very respectful. But as once again, like the main reason, the main thing I would say that makes Grant like someone I'm proud to say is my mentor is the big think that he gives, like the big think. He when he came out to Atlanta and we spent some time together, man, I was looking at building like some townhomes. It was like maybe like nine of them, and he just talking to him, he was like, man, there's no reason that you can't buy 2,000 apartments within the next 2 years in this market. And I'm just like, in my mind almost broke. I'm like, what? Like, how? what? And you know, it's like I don't even understand how to comprehend that. Like I'm like, what? 2,000? Like there's that many apartments here? Like I didn't even know. So it's like him breaking those ceilings and then staying there to like help to like think through it as well is pretty dope, you know? Like that's really what the whole 10x thing is about. Like this whole little 10x thing. It's like take whatever it is that you're doing, you're thinking, like whatever it is you're trying to do. You're trying to be a teacher, you're trying to whatever it is. You got a cupcake shop, whatever you're trying to do. Basically 10x that goal and then, you know, think through how to get that done. Like don't even don't put a ceiling, don't even think about like, oh, this can't happen. Like what but what if it could? What if you could get 10 cupcake shops, you know? You're flipping one house. What if you could flip 10 houses? Or maybe you can go to multifamily. Like so that mindset, that 10x mindset is probably the biggest benefit that I've gotten from working with Grant Cardone. But ultimately, like I said, I just wanted to do this video to clear up like some misconceptions that I keep hearing about Grant. Grant's my guy. They kind of talk crazy about him. I don't really like it, but you know, he's a great guy. He's done a lot for me. He's done a lot for people. I think it's super like respectful that he's like, man, I want to impact every person. I want several billion people to know me. I'm like, that's a big dream, you know, like that's the big thinking that I'm talking about. So anyway, Grant, man, or if anybody from your team see this, man, just let you know I appreciate you, bro. And I'm working on those 2,000 units as we speak. So everybody, I appreciate you checking it out. Let me know if you have any thoughts or if you want to hear any more stories about working with Grant. Then yeah, just let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, share, make the channel, you know, do better in the algorithm. Thanks. Bye, guys.